Well, you're here because you filled out a survey about a guy, and there's sobering news. His grade is D. With this guy, it's best to stay away. Welcome to the Strong Brew, where you get answers to questions you're not supposed to ask. These are some things you may want to know about the man in your life. If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure? Will he try and use money to control you? Will he share housework or just make you do it all? In fights, when he gets angry, does he get aggressive? During intimacy, does he understand that no means no? Is he jealous, suspicious, or possessive? Will his attitude towards you change after having kids? Will he treat your parents with respect? What if you have conflicts with his parents? We tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. These are things nobody else will tell you. Things that are important for your future. This is a safe space for truth. No judgment, no platitudes, no login, no payment either. Our questions are from real life, but our answers come from science. Now, I built this thing, me and my husband, and honestly, we built it and we live it. We are both Stanford grads, we both have worked at Google, and we've been happily together since 1998. Along the way, we've added a son, now 13, and 4 dogs. We are genuine folks. If you're a woman trying to understand any man in your life, here is how it works. Go to www.thestrongbrew.life. Click on the Understand a Guy button there. Answer 10 questions about him. Watch a video tailored to your guy. That's all there is to it. It is completely anonymous, no login, no payment, no games, no manipulation. This analysis is obtained by combining solid trait psychology with cutting edge AI ML. We represent each person's personality with what is known as a feature vector. This has 10 elements, so our data is effectively 10-dimensional data. In case you're wondering how we can infer so much from just 10 questions, well, 10-dimensional data is very complex. There is a lot you can learn from that level of detail.
Okay, I think that does it for the preamble. Now let's plunge in. Let's start with this guy in his career. Will he go far or just talk big?
He is more likely to work hard and keep things neat and proper, but he may not go very far in his career. He will do what's expected at his job and can get excited about things for a while, but he's not someone who stands up for himself or fights for promotions. He may talk about wanting success, but he probably won't push himself when things get tough.
Can he bounce back from failure?
When things go wrong at work, he's more likely to break down than bounce back. If there's stress or someone pushes him, he might get upset or even lose his temper quickly. He doesn't handle pressure well and doesn't like to argue for himself.
What do people at work think of him? Do they like him?
People at work might find him difficult at times. While he brings energy and works hard, he does not always think about others' feelings and sometimes forgets to be polite. This can make his words sound harsh or hurtful, even if he doesn't mean to.
If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure?
If you do really well in your career, he may not show much pride or happiness for you. Instead, he might get frustrated or even jealous, as it could make him feel uncomfortable about his own progress. He is more likely to feel left out or upset instead of being proud and uplifting.
What if you start earning more than him?
Yes, there's a good chance he will feel insecure or even resentful if you earn more than him. He might not say it out loud, but you could notice him becoming distant or less friendly. You may end up tiptoeing around his ego instead of celebrating your success together.
Next, let's talk about how he is with money. Does he overspend? Is he reckless with money?
He is likely to handle money carefully and prefers things to be well organized and planned. He won't rush into buying things just for fun or waste money on impulse purchases. He likes to keep his finances in order and pay attention to where his money goes.
Does he show off and pretend to be richer than he is?
He tends to live within his means and does not usually pretend to be richer than he is. He likes his life to be tidy and well managed, so he keeps a close watch on what he can truly afford. He isn't likely to put himself in debt for luxury or status.
Is he too generous, too stingy, or just right?
He is quite tight with both his money and his mindset. He's not the type to give freely or surprise you with acts of kindness, whether that's spending on gifts or offering help without being asked. If someone in need asks for help, he may hold back or make excuses instead of stepping up.
Will he use money to try and control you?
He is more likely to be secretive and controlling about money rather than open and honest. He likes to manage things his way and may not share all the details about his spending or savings. If you ask questions, he might avoid answering straight or become defensive.
Let's see how this guy is with sharing housework. Will he share housework or just make you do it?
He is likely to believe that housework should be done properly, but he may not see it as something both of you should share equally. He prefers order and neatness at home, but instead of pitching in, he might expect you to handle most of the daily chores. If things aren't up to his standards, he may complain or get frustrated rather than help out himself.
Will he help you or just boss you around and tell you what to do?
He is much more likely to supervise than actually help with chores and diapers. He wants everything to be neat and done right, but instead of rolling up his sleeves, he will often stand back and tell you how things should be done. When it comes to real hands on work, he may find excuses or simply avoid getting involved.
Now let's see about how this guy is during fights. In fights, does he try to understand your views or just win the fight?
He is much more likely to argue to prove he's right rather than truly try to understand your side. When disagreements happen, he doesn't naturally slow down to listen or show much care for your feelings. You could find it tiring to have open talks about problems, as he's not great at meeting you halfway or showing empathy.
Does he become aggressive when angry?
When he's angry, he can lose control and say hurtful things or act in an aggressive way. He gets upset quickly and his temper can come out as harsh words, sharp comments, or even loud outbursts. After an argument, he may also withdraw and not talk for a while, leaving things unresolved.
Does he have a bad temper?
Yes, he does get angry very quickly. Small problems or things not going his way can set him off, and his reactions may come out sharply, sometimes hurting your feelings or making you feel unsafe. Over time, this can create stress, fear, or sadness in a relationship.
Will he say sorry and accept his mistakes?
He finds it hard to say sorry and honestly take responsibility when things go wrong. More often, he will look for ways to blame you or someone else instead of admitting his own mistakes. When real apologies and ownership are missing, you can feel unheard and alone, always carrying the blame.
Next, let's talk about intimacy and physical chemistry. During intimacy, does he respect your boundaries? Does he get that no means no?
He may struggle to fully respect your boundaries, especially when he gets frustrated or wants things his way. He can be stubborn and might push back when you say no, sometimes trying to convince you or show irritation instead of calmly accepting your decision. He doesn't naturally think about how his actions make others feel, so your needs and limits might be ignored or dismissed if they clash with what he wants.
If you are not in the mood for intimacy, will he react badly?
Yes, he is likely to take it personally if you're not in the mood for intimacy. He may act hurt, become distant, or even get upset instead of understanding your feelings. He's not very caring about others' emotions, so your reasons may not matter much to him in that moment.
Can you trust him not to shame you or share your private moments, maybe love letters, photos, or videos, even after a breakup or a bad fight?
It may be hard to fully trust him to handle private moments with care. He can get upset quickly, and when angry, might bring up your private experiences to hurt you or win an argument. This kind of behavior can leave you feeling exposed or worried about opening up in the future.
Is he loyal or is he likely to want to have affairs?
He is not the type to go chasing after other women just for the thrill, but that doesn't automatically make him deeply faithful either. He likes things to be in order and values his routine, so he probably isn't looking for constant excitement or new people. He may not cheat openly, but his lack of warmth can make you feel alone in the relationship.
Will he be jealous, suspicious, and try to control you?
Yes, he can easily become overpossessive, showing jealousy, being controlling, or acting suspicious, especially if he feels insecure in the relationship. He might question who you talk to, check up on you, or try to limit your freedom in small ways. This kind of behavior isn't about deep love, it's about control and insecurity.
This guy says he is protective in a good way. Is he actually just being possessive?
Yes, in his case, what might seem like a protective nature is more likely a sign of a controlling personality. He may say he's looking out for you or wants the best, but this often shows up as wanting to decide things for you, questioning your choices, or setting rules about what you can do or who you can meet. His quick temper and tendency to withdraw or snap make it more about power than genuine care.
Now, onto the topic of kids and how this guy will be as a father. If you guys have kids, will he make you do most of the work?
He will most likely expect you to do most of the work when it comes to parenting. While he likes things to be well organized and may want the children to follow rules, he isn't the type to roll up his sleeves and share the daily responsibilities. Teamwork and equal sharing are not his strong points, so you might feel like the burden is mostly on your shoulders.
Kids are very messy. Will he lose his temper with them?
When the kids mess up or get upset, he is more likely to lose his temper than stay calm. Small mistakes or noise can quickly make him angry, and he might raise his voice, scold harshly, or show frustration instead of listening and guiding them gently. His short fuse means the children might feel scared or anxious about making mistakes rather than safe to learn and grow.
If you guys have kids, will he still support your career?
He is not likely to fully support your role as both a mother and your own person. While he may expect you to do well at home and with the kids, he isn't usually encouraging when it comes to your dreams, career, or personal needs. Instead of being your cheerleader, he might want things done his way and see your other interests as distractions.
Will this man say one thing early on, maybe while dating, and then later after kids and marriage change his tune and try to make you give up your career?
Yes, this is the kind of man who might seem supportive of your career at first, but could later ask you to quit once there's a child. He prefers things to be done his way and wants the home and family life to feel orderly and under control, often expecting you to handle most of the responsibilities. When big changes come, like having a baby, he may pressure you to focus only on the house and kids, putting your own goals aside.
Next, let's see how this guy treats your parents. Will he be respectful with your parents?
He is likely to only act polite on the surface with your parents rather than showing real warmth or genuine care. He may do the basic things expected, greet them, talk politely when needed, but don't expect him to go out of his way to make them feel truly welcome or included. If your family needs help or emotional support, he might pull back, avoid deeper conversations, or leave it up to you. He is more likely to expect your family to adjust to him rather than trying to fit in with them.
What if your family creates stress or interferes a bit in your lives?
If your family creates stress or interferes, he is more likely to make things worse than handle it calmly. He can get frustrated or angry quickly, and instead of finding a gentle or thoughtful way to deal with the situation, he may snap, complain, or withdraw. His short temper and need for control can add tension rather than helping to ease it.
Then let's analyze the role this guy's family will play in your life. Is this man modern with you, but a completely different person when other people, say his parents or bosses, are around?
Yes, he is the kind who might be modern with you in private, but will expect you to act like a traditional, supportive wife in front of his relatives. He cares a lot about appearances and order. So, when family or guests are around, he is likely to want everything to look just right, including your behavior, dress, and how you handle household duties. If you want to be yourself at all times and not feel judged or restricted, this double standard can become tiring and unfair.
If there is tension between you and his parents, will he support you?
If there's tension, he is more likely to stay out of it or even quietly side with his family rather than openly support you. He doesn't like uncomfortable situations and often avoids conflict, so he may leave you to handle problems on your own. This can leave you feeling alone and unsupported, especially during tough moments with his family.
Say you have a conflict with his mother. What will this guy do?
He does have many traits of a mummy's boy. And it's unlikely he will choose your side in a conflict with his mother. He tends to avoid direct confrontations and often prioritizes keeping peace with his own family over standing up for you. You may find that your feelings are not fully heard or protected, and he's unlikely to defend you openly in family matters.
Will he share all the private details of your relationship with his mother or sister?
Yes, he is likely to share details of your fights or private life with his mother or sister, especially when he feels upset or unsure. Instead of keeping matters just between the two of you, he may turn to his family for comfort or advice, telling them things you'd prefer to keep private. This can make you feel exposed or betrayed, as your personal moments are no longer just yours.
Now let's zoom out and put it all together.
Overall, based on all we know, this guy scores a D. I think it's just best to stay away. Day in and day out, being with this man can feel lonely and tiring. Though he keeps things organized and is serious about order, he rarely shows warmth, kindness, or true partnership.